I think mic is required. Without mic, we cannot take the class, right? Mic is required for taking classes. From tomorrow, it will be arranged. One more minute till 8:43. I'll allow. Keep off your video. Avi Kumar, Divyanjali Pandey. Who's this Avi Kumar? Write your true name over here. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Everyone, just mute. Nobody will say anything. Again, this Umang Singh. Just keep off. Okay, now let us start the class now. So, what we were discussing till now here, what we have discussed till now here, we have discussed that this is the arrangement of studying photoelectric effect. Okay, this is the arrangement we study photoelectric effect. In this, one zinc plate is there. This is a metal plate, say copper plate or anything. This is a metal plate. Okay, right? One window is there. Here we fit quartz fiber. Quartz fiber. Okay, we use quartz fiber. So from here, what happens? The radiation falls on the zinc plate. Electron gets some energy, and then they escape out from the zinc plate and reaches to this plate. Now, why they reach to this plate? Because this plate is connected to positive terminal of the battery. And if this plate is connected to the positive terminal of the battery, then this plate is positive. This plate is connected to negative terminal of the battery. Why is it so? So that electron gets a push from the negative plate and they go towards the positive plate. Is it clear? So this is how we study photoelectric effect. And now we will try to explain photoelectric effect with the wave properties we already know. Okay? With the wave property we already know. Is it clear? So let us try to understand. Let us try to understand how this wave property works. Okay, the first thing we are going to study is variation of variation of photocurrent photocurrent with intensity of incident radiation. Incident radiation. Okay, variation of photocurrent with intensity of incident radiation. What is that photocurrent? The current which due to these electrons, the current which flows due to these electrons, that current is called photocurrent. That current is called photocurrent. And these electrons, they are called, these electrons, they are called photoelectrons. Photoelectrons, right? So these electrons are called photoelectrons, and the current due to these electrons is called photocurrent. Now we are going to study that how this photocurrent varies in with respect to the voltage. Okay, are you getting me? Are you getting me? Raise your hands. Okay, okay, good. Now this is a pure practical thing. Okay, what we see, what we observe, if we put intensity over here on the x-axis, and if we put current over here, photocurrent, then we observed that with increase in intensity, photocurrent increases. With increase in intensity, photocurrent increases. And that was our expectation also. It was our expectation also. Okay? Just wait. Yes, it was our expectation also. Why is it so? Don't leave the meeting unnecessarily. I have to admit again and again. It was our expectation also. Why? Because in the wave, we assume that the energy of the wave is distributed about among its amplitude. Okay, you have studied this one, electromagnetic wave. Then you must be knowing that energy density. When we talk about energy density, then it comes out to be half epsilon naught E square, electric field energy density. When we talk about magnetic field energy density, then it comes out half B square upon mu naught. Okay, so basically that energy depends upon E. And what is that E? If you write the equation of electromagnetic wave, it is E is equal to E naught sine omega t minus kx. So basically E is the instantaneous value of electric field. So whatever the value of electric field will be there, this is the electric field graph. So here what is the energy? Energy is this much. Here what is the energy? Energy depends upon this. Here energy depends upon this. Is it clear? So this happens. This keeps on happening, right? So energy depends upon instantaneous value of electric field. So basically, what happens? Energy depends upon this instantaneous value, and this instantaneous value is like this. So when we increase the intensity in terms of wave, what is happening? We are increasing this value, and if we are increasing this value, then basically we are giving more energy, and more energy will result more amount of current. It was as expected, as we have expected. We are trying to explain photoelectric effect with the wave theory. We are trying to explain photoelectric effect with the wave theory, right? So, as we expected, with the intensity, current should increase. It is increasing. There is no problem. Have you got that? Raise your hand. Have you got that? Yes. Okay. Good. Good to see that. So now, energy. When we increase the intensity, photocurrent increases. It was as expected, but the situation changes when we see dependence of photocurrent on different other factors. What are those factors? Let us see. What are those factors? Let us see. Just see. Now the second graph we are going to study is second one, variation of photocurrent, photocurrent, variation of photocurrent with voltage. I have removed the circuit, but the voltage we are applying, I am telling about that one. Okay, voltage at constant frequency, at constant frequency, at constant frequency, right? Frequency is constant. We keep on changing intensity, but frequency is constant. So how the graph goes? Let us see. So on this we are going to take photocurrent in this axis, and on this axis we are going to take voltage. Okay, what we have observed, if we keep on if we keep the voltage zero, if we don't apply the voltage also, then also milliammeter shows some deflection. And why is it so? Because light is falling on the zinc plate is emitting the electron, and if zinc plate is emitting the electron, those electrons constitute current. So basically when the voltage is zero, when the voltage V is zero, what we have applied, if it is zero, then also there is some amount of current. So it is the current. Okay. Now, if we keep on increasing the voltage for a particular intensity, then what happens? If we keep on increasing the voltage, current increases. But after a for certain point of voltage, the current becomes constant. The current becomes constant. Then let this be the graph for the intensity 1. Okay. Now what we have done, we just increase the voltage in reverse order. We keep the plate, zinc plate, it was the zinc plate on which the radiation was falling. So we keep the zinc plate at positive terminal and the other plate as negative terminal. And now we increase this much, this voltage. Okay, we change the potential divider. The arrow I have made at the bottom, we change that circuit. So now what happens? Now this plate start becoming positive. And if it becoming positive, if it starts becoming positive, then it will not push electron, it will pull electron. It will pull electrons back. So current starts decreasing. As we increase this reverse voltage, you can say, this plate is connected to positive, and when we increase this voltage, electrons are pulled by this plate. Sir, what you told about that window function in that diagram, that was a quartz fiber. That was a quartz fiber, Anurag, and that quartz fiber has a special function that it does not absorb the energy of radiation. Whatever energy is passing through it, the whole energy passes. And window allows the radiation to fall on the zinc plate. That was its function. Okay? Have you got that, Anurag? Raise your hand. Okay, good. So, if we increase this reverse voltage, why I'm telling this reverse? Because zinc plate is now connected to positive. It will pull electron. It will not push. It will pull electron. So, current will decrease. So, if we increase this voltage, then what happens? At a particular point of voltage, the current becomes zero. At a particular point of voltage, current becomes zero. So this voltage is called V naught. We represent it by V naught, and obviously it is negative. So this voltage is called stopping potential. Stopping potential. This voltage is called. Umang, do you want to say anything? Umang. Okay, so this potential is called stopping potential. Okay, this potential is called stopping potential, and this is for a particular intensity. There is no problem. Okay, this was the graph we expected from the wave theory also. Okay, from particular voltage, the stopping potential will be zero because this potential is there to restrict the electron to move from this plate to this plate. So electron is not moving right now. So electron is not moving, current is zero. That's okay, quite okay. Twist comes in the story when we draw the same graph for a higher intensity. For the same frequency, frequency is constant, but intensity is higher. What we expected, that current will be something more rather than the earlier one, and then it becomes constant for a particular, after a particular voltage, that is quite okay. What we expected, let me tell you first. We expected that from the wave theory, we expected that since intensity we have increased, then electrons are having higher value of energy now. And if electrons are having higher energy of value now, then we have to apply higher potential to stop the current. If electrons are having higher energy, then we have to apply higher potential to stop the current. Have you got that? Raise your hand. Yes? Okay, good. If we increase the intensity, then electrons will have higher energy, and we expected that the stopping potential should increase. But for our surprise, the stopping potential remains the same. The stopping potential remains the same. Intensity, Aditya Yadav, intensity of incident radiation, the radiation which is falling on the zinc rod. Have you got that? Aditya Yadav, have you got that?
Yes, sir.
Tell me in the chat box. Okay, so for our surprise, it happened, right? For our surprise, it had happened that for a higher intensity also, the stopping potential is same. The graph from here is the same we have expected. Current increases. This value of current, the maximum current, it is called saturation current. Saturation current. This graph we have expected. This graph we have expected, no problem in that. But before this, we have expected that this stopping potential should be somewhere here, but it is the same. Okay, what we have done, we again repeat the experiment with again a higher value of intensity. Then how the experiment goes? From here till here, it goes like this. Okay, then again in the negative direction, the stopping potential remains the same. And from here, we realize that wave theory is not enough to explain the phenomena of photocurrent. From this point of time, we realize that wave theory is not enough, wave theory is not correct actually to explain the photoelectric effect, because this is beyond the scope of this one wave theory. This is beyond the scope of wave theory. According to the wave theory, stopping potential should increase with the increasing intensity, but it is not increasing. We have done it practically, we have checked it. Okay. Now, from the graph, there are some important definitions. Let us write those definitions. The first definition we are going to study is saturation current. Saturation current. What is saturation current? What is saturation current? Saturation current is the maximum current for a given intensity. Maximum, I should say, photocurrent. Maximum photocurrent for a given intensity of incident incident radiation is called saturation current. Saturation current. In the graph, it is denoted by this one arrow. For I2, the saturation current is higher. For I3, it is even higher because I3 is the highest intensity. I3 is greater than I2 is greater than I1. Okay, and this I represent intensity, not current. Okay. The second definition was very important. It is going to be stopping potential. Stopping potential. How we define it? We say that the negative potential for which the negative potential, the negative potential for which photocurrent is zero. Photocurrent is zero is called stopping potential. Stopping potential. And it is denoted by what? It is denoted by V naught. Okay. Now, very conceptual thing is from the basic, from the electrostatics, I am asking. Let me remove this heading. Let me remove this one. Okay. Let the graph be there. We'll discuss about the graph. Tell me if we put one plate over here, one plate over here, this plate is suppose positive charge, this plate is suppose negative charge, the electric field is E, and the potential difference between these two plates is V, right? Suppose if we leave an electron over here, then what electron obviously go from the positive, towards the positive plate. What I'm asking, what should be its kinetic energy? The potential difference between these two plates is V. Okay, the electron is left in between the plates. I'm asking what should be its kinetic energy? Anyone in the chat box? Don't tell me half mv square because velocity is not known. What should be its kinetic energy? Yes, EV. Very good, Aditya. Very good, very good. It should be EV. Good, 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 good. Yes, good. EV. EV is EV. This is the amount of kinetic energy it has. Now I am telling, yes, got that, very good. Now I am telling this, just listen to me, just listen to me. This is a very conceptual point, listen to me. This is the plate on which the radiation is falling, right? This is the plate which receives the electron. Radiation is falling, radiation is falling, radiation is falling. Now I am giving this plate a positive charge and I am giving this plate a negative charge. So basically with these two, if this voltage is V, so basically we have applied a potential difference between these two plates, that is a V. V is the potential difference between these two plates. Quite okay, good. Now I'm telling this V is equal to actually V naught. This V is equal to V naught. So it simply means that electrons are not moving from here. Electrons are not moving, they are just here. Radiation is falling, electrons are getting emitted, but they are not moving. It is V naught. No current is in the outer circuit. And if no current is outer circuit, it simply means that electrons are not moving. Radiation is falling, electrons are emitting, but still they are not moving. Why is it so? Because with this V naught, we have given the energy of electrons that is equal to EV naught, which is basically equal to their kinetic energy. And kinetic energy, the energy is trying to, the kinetic energy which is having this, which is there with the electron, it is trying to push the electrons towards this plate. But this EV naught, it is pushing the electron back. Okay? This kinetic energy, which is because of this incident radiation, it is pushing the electrons towards the other plate. But the EV naught we have applied, since V naught is negative, so it is pulling the electron back. And result of this, electron is not moving. So it simply means that whatever energy it is getting from here, from the radiation, the same amount of energy we are giving to it, and we are giving negative energy to it. Radiation is giving positive energy to it. If we add those energy, the result is zero, and that's why the electrons are not moving. So what I'm trying to tell you is, this maximum kinetic energy of electron, K max, which can be equal to half mv max square, which is equal to actually EV naught. We are talking about photoelectrons, we are not talking in general. I'm not talking about a general phenomenon. It is not happening everywhere. It is happening in this case only. Okay, so K max of photoelectron is equal to half mv max square. But since the electron is not moving, because we have applied a stopping potential, so basically we are giving a negative potential to the this one electrons, negative energy to the electron, and from the radiation it is having positive energy. If we add both of energies, we are going to have zero. we are going to have 0, and that's why electrons are not moving. So by the logic we can say that K max is equal to half mv max square is equal to EV naught. Is it clear? Anyone else? Anyone is having any doubt? Raise your hands if you got that. Raise your hand if you got that. Tell me in the chat box if you have got that. Message me if you have got that. Have you got this formula? K max is equal to half mv max square, which is the classical one, and then after EV naught. How that EV naught comes out? Have you got that? Till now voice is not coming. Nikki Rai, Nikki Rai, Nikki Rai. Okay. I'll upload the video, don't worry. Yes, good. Okay, K max is equal to half mv max square is equal to EV naught. Now from your logic, tell me, just wait. Listen to me. Just tell me one thing. Maximum kinetic energy depends on intensity of light. Yes or no? Tell me in the chat box. Maximum kinetic energy depends on intensity of light or no? Tell me in the chat box. Yes. K max depends upon intensity of light. All these things are related. Just tell me. Shushmita Singh to everyone, yes. And rest of you? Ankita Mal, yes. And Ajay, yes. Aditya Yadav, yes. The answer is no. Stop typing yes. Yes, good. Ragini Oja, good. The answer is no. Just see the formula. K max is equal to EV naught. For different intensity, do we have a different stopping potential? No, we don't have. For different intensities, for different I1, I2, I3, we have same stopping potential. So if V naught is same, then K max is also what? Same. K max is also what? Same. So the third point and the very important point is, now I can remove the graph. The third point and the very important point is, this is the third point, K max. K max is actually independent of intensity of light, which is an eye opener for us. Earlier we used to say that intensity means energy, and here what we are seeing that the electrons having kinetic energy is actually independent of intensity of light. How is this happening? Okay, so this is a reason we cannot explain the photoelectric effect with the help of wave theory, and that's why we need a different theory, and it was particle theory. But still the story is not finished yet. We have to do two more graphs. Okay, two more graphs we are going to do, and then after we'll decide whether to do this, how to explain this wave theory, how to explain photoelectric effect with the wave theory, right? So this is for today only. This is all for the day. The next class, be ready for the next class. Sir, they have not connected their audio, Yash and Nikki. Okay, let them, I'll upload the video, don't worry. Okay, I'll upload both of the videos, combining part 1, part 2. So this is all for the day. Be ready for the next video class. Okay, thank you all of you. I'm ending the video now. Yes, thank you all of you. Yes, anyone is saying anything? Sir, who's this? Sir, attendance. Attendance I have taken, bache. The participant list, I have taken the screenshot. I have taken the screenshot of participant list. Thank you, all of you.